this is Justin from Books, Bricks, and Boards, here to do a little solo Sunday gaming. I've just recently got back into Too Many Bones by Chip Theory Games, an awesome game. If you love co-ops, if you love dungeon crawlers, if you like RPGs, if you like dice games, if you like fantastic components, this is the game for you. This is the third time I've owned it, and I'm very happy to be an owner again. That being said, it's been a little while since I played the game, so I wanted to start off pretty slow. So today I am running up against the Goblin King, one of the tyrants available in the base game, and I am also going to be running Picket. Picket is considered to be one of the easier gear locks to run, so thought I would get back into the flow of things before I played a more difficult to play gear lock, like maybe a tank, or perhaps a dart or lab rats. None of those I've tried yet. I have played tank. I used to enjoy tank quite a bit, but lab rats and dart were ones that came out after I got out of the game last time. So what you have here is my basic Too Many Bones setup. This is post day 9, so I now have the progress points that I need to complete the battle against the big bad tyrant, being the Goblin King. If you want to see what my loadout looks like, this is Picket after day 9. I got some equipment there that I probably won't end up using in this main battle. I think this is going to be probably way too easy. I had not planned on it being as easy as it was. It's been a while since I played the game, and I remembered it being much harder than this. The good news is there's lots of baddies and lots of gear locks, so you can pretty much determine the difficulty level by just making different choices. So that being said, I'm going to flip it back to the actual battle with the tyrant now. All right, so we have our gear lock Picket. He has a total of 7 health right now, and I actually lost 1, which is okay because he has his regeneration going. I've got my attack bonus going. I've got my shield bonus going. And worst comes to worst, I've got some orcish ale to make me invulnerable for a couple of rounds. But overall, this is going to be a very quick and easy battle, I have a feeling. But let's get started. The Goblin King is going to go at a 5. Looks like I'm going at a 2. So the Goblin King is going to go first. Not too concerned about that. Looks like the throne will only take damage from adjacent opposing units and must be destroyed before the Goblin King can lose hit points. Goblin King's defense does not apply to the throne. The Goblin King cannot damage himself. He does have a kaboom on his die, as well as a boom, and he can call for help. Since I am playing solo, I do not put any baddie points in the baddie queue. So let's get started. The Goblin King is a ranged enemy, so he will not be moving. He does 2 attack dice, 3 defense dice, and his bomb die. Now, normally, I need to fill up these. I've already rolled these before the battle. Picket's special ability is he gets to roll all of his defensive dice before each battle, and then he can place them in his active slots. So, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Goblin King. He's going to roll all his dice. Okay, so I got a Careless Bomb. Deal 3 damage to the strongest baddie and all adjacent units. So, the Goblin King cannot damage himself because of the throne. So, that is going to destroy the throne, I believe. And if I am wrong about that, please put a note in the comments. He is also going to have 3 defense dice on him now. and do 3 damage to me. However, one of those goes away to this. The other 2 is going to be blocked by that. And now it is my turn. So I am going to go ahead and step up. That's 1 of my dexterity. I have 4 left. I am going to use all 4 for my attack dice. And I'm going to do 5 damage and get a bones. Bones isn't going to do anything right now because I'm already full and I have my innate +1. There's 4 and 5 damage. Like I said, I had a feeling this might be a little too easy by the time I got here, and looking like that is definitely going to be the case. So I go on to round 2, and the Goblin King, he has already got all of his defense dice in place, so he's going to get his 2 attack dice, he's going to get his bomb die, and okay, he is going to call for help. So we're going to add a 1-point baddie to the bottom of the baddie queue. So we don't look at that until we reveal it. So I have a feeling that, oh, you know what? I cheated. I should have taken away from the defense first. That means he needs to re-roll these 2. So he's got a 2 defense for me next turn. There we go. That's better. So back to me. Round 2, I'm going to get my dice. I've got 5 attack dice that I could use. I could also do something interesting with Shield Shock. Shield Shock will not affect the Tyrant, though. So I guess I could just do a Shield Bash to get a couple of extra points. Depends on what I get him down to. So I've got 6 damage that I can do to him. 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And then I can use 2 for Shield Bash. Drop those. Does 2 more damage. And on turn 2, the Goblin King is already down to 1 hit point. Not looking good if you're a fan of goblins. Alright, so turn 3, round 3 rather. We've got 3 defense, 2 attack, and his bomb die. And we also need to put the baddie into play, which is going to be a Troll Brute with Thick Skin 1 and Careless. This isn't going to matter too much because on the final battle, if you defeat the Tyrant, you actually defeat all of the encounters, so you don't have to worry about them. Additionally, since he came in after the start of the battle, initiative dice don't really matter anymore. He automatically goes down to the bottom of the initiative track because he is not a Tyrant or a 20-point baddie. So we are going to go ahead and start round 3 with the Goblin King. He's got 2 defense dice. He's going to do 3 damage. Oh, he got a bone, so he's going to do a kaboom. Kaboom blasts all gearlocks to positions farthest away from the Goblin King. So that's going to knock him here. Hopefully I didn't forget one of those earlier. I don't think I did. So it's 3 damage. I forgot to heal last time because I was down by 1. That's all right. And he's going to call another baddie into the baddie queue. So I'm going to go ahead and take my turn. I'm going to go 1, 2. I've got 3 more left. I'm just going to go all in. And we're going to do 3 plus 1 is 4 damage. There's 2. Got 2 left over. Boom. That is 1 dead Goblin King. Hooray for Picket. Well, just had my first game back after about a 1.5 year hiatus from playing Too Many Bones. Of course, I played solo. I played true solo. Most of the time, whenever I had the game before, I would always play two-handed. Adding a second gearlock creates a lot of strategic options. The gearlock's abilities play off of each other and make for an interesting set of choices. and allows for more creativity in your builds. That being said, True Solo is still extremely fun, even with the setup that I did today where I played an easy to play Gearlock against an easy Tyrant, and I just blew out the Tyrant. Of course, what you didn't see was on the way to blowing out the Tyrant, during some of those days, I had some particularly tough battles. I believe it was on day 4, either day 4 or 5. I ended up fighting 2 5-point baddies, and one of them ended up having Signal and called another baddie. So that day I came very close to death, but because Picket is so tanky and because you can just kind of outlast the enemy if you really try, I just kind of out-endurance them. But overall, still had a lot of fun. Looking forward to this. I'm going to be doing Solo Sundays. Going to try to every Sunday here on out. Just really enjoy getting some board gaming in, and right now you can't get much more socially distanced than solo board gaming. So that being said, this is Justin from Books, Bricks, and Boards, and happy gaming. And if you have not been there yet, go to Chip Theory's website right now and go get this game. Too Many Bones. There's a lot of options for it. You can get a lot of different things, but even if you just get the base set or even Undertow, you can have a lot of fun. It is far more value than you're going to find in your traditional board game, and I give it big 2 thumbs up from Books, Bricks, and Boards.